Hello everybody, welcome to Bass and Bonsai. This is how you do it. Big, giant, largemouth bass. And oh yes, she's a kisser. Mwah. Hello everybody, welcome to the show. I just wanted to put a quick video together talking about the little snaps. Now some people love them, other people hate them, don't want to use them at all. It's that little snap right there. Not a snap swivel, you know, the swivel part's gone, just a little snap. And you can make these out of the snap swivel, just cut that off with a pair of cutters and you just have the snap, or you can buy the snaps, you can get different kinds. I think these were VMC, these little red ones are the ones I like. You can get them a few different sizes. I recommend going a size up because what they recommend, like 20 or 30 pound test, you can yank off with 10 pound test line on certain hook sets. So one thing I will say about them, I tend to run mine a size bigger than you would think you would need, just for that reason. The only other, I'm going to tell you the pros. I'm not going to go into the cons. Everybody's like, it's just one more thing that could fail. Your bait won't react right and stuff like that. There's only one bait I found that I do recommend, the Megabass S-Crank. It tends to like to be tied on straight. None of this little, you know, O-ring in between it or a swivel. It likes to be tied directly on. That's the only bait I 100% for sure know of that you can't use one of these on. You can even use them, some jigs you can't, and like if you're Texas rigging a worm. So let's talk about the pros and why I use them. I use them on everything I use. This thing right here allows you to switch baits so quick without having to retie, and not even just talking about the line, you know, that gets wasted each time you tie, depending on what knot. You know, if you use the shark knot, you can go through a lot of line real quick just tying on a few times. So why I use them is because I can switch out real quick. Like say this spot right here, I'm going to hit this spot, and it doesn't really matter how many rods I have, in order to just go through as many baits as fast as possible to try to find something that's working in that spot, you know, until I find a good pattern. That snap swivel just works awesome. Now the one con I will tell you that I 100% know about, and it's bit me several times, is being that you tie that knot and then you don't have to tie that knot again technically, but technically you do, because the more you use this, just like any, you know, if you tie directly on, this is going to get frayed, it's going to get jacked up. And if you just keep switching out baits and don't pay attention to that, that's where this using the swivel will bite you a lot. So what I recommend, before I go into showing you what I'm, you know, why I like them, every time you switch a bait onto a snap, as soon as you snap it on, you know, don't hook yourself, but get a good hold of that bait, get a good hold of that line, and I mean pull. You want, you know, of course if it's 2 pound test, you don't want to pull too hard, but within relation to what size line you have, you want to give a good pull. Make sure that that line is still not, you know, even if you are filling it, sometimes right at that knot there could be a little thing, and I've done it before, it looks fine, and I just barely do this and it just pops. So give that a tug every time you switch out a bait. Try to remember that. So why I use it, and why I have it on every one of my rods, and why I do recommend to use them when you're fishing, especially when you're first going out and hitting a different body of water and trying to figure out what's going to work. Like right here, I'm pretty sure there's a bass somewhere right in there. There's a few little sticks sticking out. So I'm just starting with this bait I had on. I haven't caught anything on it yet, but I'm going to start with this little square bill. I'm going to throw it up there. Okay, I'm going to bring it back. Hopefully I don't get snagged up during this. So I'm just going to come back. All right, I didn't get a fish. So I'm going to come back in fast, bring it up. Okay, so I'm thinking, well, maybe that's just a color square bill. Maybe I need to switch colors. So that fast, I can grab another square bill. I can come around, put it on, if I don't hook myself. Okay, make sure you clip it on. You know, give it a tug, make sure that the line isn't frayed. And then I can throw the other bait right on out there. All right, I'm going to come back slow with it. Okay, still isn't hitting. Okay, so There's a bass there. I know he's there, but he's still not hitting square bill. So I'm going to switch out another bait. And I don't know how long it takes you guys to tie a knot, but being able to just switch out baits. Okay, so now I'm thinking, well, maybe they'll hit one of these little bitty BFS baits. Just a little 1/8 ounce smaller bait. Little crank still, moving bait, but maybe they'll hit it. So I've already got it on. I'm casting it out. The wind's starting to blow. So I give it a cast. I missed my mark, but I gave it a cast, okay? I'm actually going to give it another cast. Do it right by that little stump. Alright, I'm going to work it back. Alright, you know what? These bass are in 53.5 degrees of water and they're just not hitting these things. So I'm going to switch again. This time I'm going with what I'm pretty sure is going to work. That's a Zinker's, you know, more or less like a Cinco Z-Man bait on a 1/16 ounce shaky head. So I'm going to throw that baby out there and I'm going to work it slow. So I've already got it on. I didn't do the pull thing. You guys probably caught that. But so I'm already out there with another bait. I'm already working that bait. It's already hit bottom. I'm already, you know, working the bait and seeing what's going on. Now, you guys seen how many baits I've already switched. This is my 4th bait. I don't know how long, if you guys think you can tie a knot faster than I can unclip this and clip on another bait, but I'm pretty sure you can't. Okay, we're going to go with this bait. I'm pretty sure this bait will work. Alright, so I'm going to throw it out there. Let's see. Right, hit a little hard, but that's okay. We just got their attention, right? And I knew it. I'd end up snagging. So I'm snagged. So I'm going to go get that off. But hopefully you saw just how quick I can switch out baits and cast right back to a spot. Now, yeah, I normally don't set and throw 5 or 6 or 8 different baits at one spot. But you could if you wanted to. I do use it a lot to switch out different colors. If say if I've got a rod with, you know, that I throw for my lipless cranks or rattle traps, I may want to, you know, throw the Toledo Gold, the white, a chrome, a clear one, a green one, all within, you know, the first, you know, I don't know, on the first point I come to. So with that snap, I don't have to sit and jack around, untying it and go back and forth. There's not even a fish over here. Hopefully you guys get what I'm talking about and you understand that's why I use them. It doesn't matter if you decide to use them or not. It doesn't really matter to me. I would recommend to use them. You can see how quick you can go through baits, you know, and you can pull whatever bait out of your box that you decide to try that quick. When you take time and you cut, you know, you got to, okay, where's my cutters? I'm going to, you know, cut my bait off. All right, you get the other bait, and you know, even the quick knots tend to take a few extra minutes, or a minute or so, and so you just tend to. And then what happens is a lot of times, guys like me, you tend to just like, oh well, I'll just keep throwing this instead of switching and, you know, trying until you find something that's actually working. So hopefully you like this video. I try to keep them short. None of my videos are short, and you know how it is. So if you did, hit the like button, go buy you some snaps, and thanks for watching, guys. I'm out of here. I got to get something on this and catch a fish. There we go. Nice bass. Whoa, that sucker was gone. Look at that. Oh boy, don't get off. Bass of the day. After I put an end to it, it's a showstopper. Right there, boys and girls. Let's take a look at this. Oh, it's going to jump again. Oh, get away from them other baits. Get up here. You were wanting that. Get over here, you 2-pounder. Pound and a half, maybe. There you have it, boys and girls. It is exactly 5 o'clock. And we finally got one worthy enough. Went back to that. Should have been throwing this whole time. I was just trying different stuff. That is a nice largemouth bass. Probably, I'm going to call it 2. It's over 1.5 pounds, close to 2. Hope you like the show. Showstopper right there, baby. Exactly how we do it. Big largemouth bass. Let's see if it'll jump. That is a beauty. We're gonna jump. Yeah! Woo!